Zaire Piñeros, enrolled at the National University of Colombia, and my question is as follows. Which is the position of the WTO, not only in terms of climate change, but also in terms of pollution under its different aspects? Inasmuch as tourism contributes to pollution in tourist sites. It's an external factor to tourism, but it remains in those places. So this is not something that is caused necessarily by visitors from different places. My question is, what is the position of WTO vis-à-vis this result of pollution being caused in places of touristic interest?
In all of our work, we start from the presupposition that properly managed tourism is a good thing. That tourism is a good thing because it creates wealth, that it creates jobs, that it's one of the best instruments for dealing with poverty, that it creates jobs for women more than it creates for men, so that it does something about gender equality, and that it brings people together, which is a pretty good thing for cultural understanding and at the end of the day for peace. If you look at any conflict, when it's resolved, the first thing that governments do is they say, let's have an exchange of tourists. So that's the starting point, but I used the word well managed. We don't think that tourism should be allowed to pollute at tourism sites. We know that it does. But in our vision, as we go forward, there should be mechanisms, first starting with the strategies of governments, and then going to the practices of the private sector, and finally to the behavior of tourists themselves. And I think what I was trying to say in my remarks is that we've talked about this all through the 90s, about sustainable tourism, and we've played the game. And that now, and I think my colleague here from the Maldives said, the climate dimension means that it's not just something that you can play at. If we don't start to put measurable policies, measurable approaches, targets, and then we don't start to deliver on them, then there won't be any tourism in the future. So the final conclusion is we haven't got this issue right in the past. We have to get it right in the future, and the OMT believes that if we do that, tourism will continue to be something which, as Peter would say, is in the public good. But it has to be quadruple bottom line tourism, and we all have to change what we do.